The 1931 China floods represent one of the most devastating natural disasters in recorded history, affecting millions of lives and altering the landscape of China profoundly. During that fateful year, a lethal combination of melting snows, unusually heavy rainfall, and a series of cyclones caused the Yangtze, Yellow, and Huai rivers to overflow their banks, inundating vast areas of China. This catastrophic event not only reshaped the geography and demography of the region but also had profound socio-economic repercussions. The floods left millions homeless, caused a staggering death toll, and led to a humanitarian crisis on an unprecedented scale. This story delves into the causes, the immediate impact, and the long-lasting effects of the 1931 China floods, offering a glimpse into a tragic chapter in China's history and the resilience of its people in the face of natural calamity.
In 1931, China faced one of the most harrowing natural disasters in human history, a series of catastrophic floods that would leave an indelible mark on the nation's collective memory. The calamity unfolded over several months, a relentless onslaught of water that would eventually cover an area equivalent to, or larger than, England and half of Scotland combined. The tragedy began with a seemingly benign winter. The snows that blanketed the mountains of China in the winter of 1930 to 1931 were heavier than usual, setting the stage for a disaster as they began to melt. Spring brought with it the rains, which were to replenish the land but instead brought destruction. The rainfall was relentless, continuing into the early summer, turning the rivers into raging torrents. The Yangtze, Yellow, and Huai rivers, the lifeblood of millions of Chinese people, swelled beyond their banks. The Yangtze River, in particular, saw some of the worst flooding, with water levels recorded at heights never seen before. Dikes and levees, built over centuries to contain the mighty rivers, were overwhelmed, unable to withstand the force of the swelling waters. By July 1931, the situation had turned catastrophic. The floods inundated cities, villages, and farmlands. An estimated 150,000 square kilometers of land was submerged, displacing countless families and destroying crops that were the cornerstone of the region's economy. The water was so pervasive that in some areas, people could only travel by boat, moving above the drowned world that had once been their home. The human cost of the 1931 China floods was staggering. It is estimated that between 1 to 4 million people lost their lives, either directly due to the floods or because of the subsequent famine and disease outbreaks. Millions more were left homeless, their livelihoods washed away. The floods exacerbated the problems faced by a nation already struggling with civil war and economic hardship, deepening the suffering of the Chinese people. In the aftermath, the Chinese government and international aid organizations launched relief efforts, but the scale of the disaster was such that recovery was slow and fraught with challenges. The floods of 1931 went down in history not just as a natural disaster but as a profound human tragedy, a reminder of the formidable power of nature and the vulnerability of human societies. The legacy of the 1931 floods continues to resonate in China, a cautionary tale that underscores the importance of disaster preparedness and the need for resilience in the face of natural calamities. It stands as a testament to the strength and endurance of the Chinese people, who rebuilt their lives from the ruins left by the waters, and a reminder of the need for harmony.
1. Scale of the flooding. The vastness of the area affected, covering several of China's major rivers and affecting an expanse comparable to large countries, is striking and underscores the unparalleled scale of the disaster. 2. Meteorological anomalies. The combination of heavy snowfall followed by prolonged and intense rainfall, compounded by cyclonic activity, created a rare set of circumstances that led to the catastrophic flooding. 3. Human impact. The estimated death toll ranges from 1 to 4 million people, making it one of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history. The sheer number of casualties and the scale of displacement were staggering. For economic and social repercussions, the floods not only took a massive human toll but also devastated the economy, destroying crops and infrastructure, which had long-term consequences for the survivors and the country. 5. Subsequent health crises. The flooding led to widespread famine and disease outbreaks, adding layers of tragedy to an already dire situation and affecting the population well beyond the immediate impact of the floods. 6. Government and societal response. The challenges faced in relief and recovery efforts, given the political and social turmoil of the time, highlight the complexities of managing such a disaster in a country already beset by civil unrest and economic difficulties.